One of the interesting ideas about public services that's developed in recent years has been the idea that we can see public services as part of the commons in the same way as we see the global environment as the commons belonging to all the people. I think there's three ways in which this helps us think about public services. The first perhaps is the most obvious one with the physical infrastructure of things like water systems and even road systems, that they're a very physical extension of the environment, that we can say this is ours, we created it as an environmental extension, we can manage it, we decide how it changes or not. Secondly, it can also be extended to attach to non-physical infrastructure, and things like the internet are often described as the commons in that sense, that we've somehow created a virtual infrastructure out there that belongs to everybody and is should be subject to collective public control and structuring. A third way that's even a bit more abstract, but I think potentially is the most important way of thinking about them, is to think of public services themselves as systems that we have created collectively. They're universal systems that the private sector couldn't create. And healthcare is the most obvious one of that. That it's something universal, and a system for providing it for everybody is a creation that we need to hang on to as part of common property and not allowed to be broken up by privatisation, and it can't ever be alienated from us in that sense. The prospects for this idea, I think, are quite good because in the next few years, because one of the very obvious areas in which public services like energy are being changed is precisely in relation to environmental impact through climate change and through the planning of renewable energy. And so to see those energy systems themselves as becoming part of the commons is a good way of seeing that. It can also be done looking backwards. In England recently, there was a meeting that was talking about public services of the commons at the same time as celebrating a 700-year-old charter of rights that was established that gave people rights to the forest, to go gleaning in the forest and hunt for animals in the forest, rights that the kings couldn't take away from us. So I think in that sense it starts fitting with the rights, with the idea of collective public rights to enjoy the environment.